This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Tuesday, November 1, brought to you by That's Good HR. I'm Gary Dick. Indianapolis-based strategic communications firm Mapped Solutions has issued a challenge to nonprofit organizations throughout Indiana to discover their untapped potential. The company has launched the Mapped Solutions Transformation Challenge, where the winner will receive $100,000 in cash and services. Co-founder Brittany Creer.
Either their organization has lost its identity and they need help figuring out where it's going. They have a new business opportunity that they want to go after, but they have no idea how to do it. Or it could be that, they've lost their way and their footing and they need to figure out how they reposition and regain their position in their sector landscape.
In Southwest Indiana, Charlestown-based energy services company 820 is expanding to the Louisville metropolitan area. The company says the expansion will include the creation of about 40 energy-related jobs. Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand is brought to you by the following.
With one call to That's Good HR, your hiring challenge is solved. It's that simple. That's Good HR is the secret ingredient to strategic staffing. Have an HR, accounting, administrative, or customer service position to fill? Trust That's Good HR to make a match that's good for everyone, whether temp to hire, or a direct hire placement. For 22 years, That's Good HR has been handpicking employees and employers through a highly personal and authentic approach that delivers long-term results. Visit that'sgoodhr.com. Remember, the match matters.
Concerned about the economy? You aren't alone. Join us at IBJ's 2023 Economic Forecast event to hear a succinct rundown of numbers-driven predictions for the economy, business, and markets for the year ahead. From the biggest risk to the economy to what will dictate the length and strength of the economic cycle, we'll be digging into questions to help position your business for success in 2023. Register or reserve a corporate table by November 8th at ibj.com/events.
David Roberts, the Chief Innovation Officer at the Indiana Economic Development Corporation, is spending a lot of time right now focused on hydrogen. That's because the IEDC, along with several public and private partners, is hoping to land big federal funding to establish Northwest Indiana as one of a handful of hydrogen hubs planned around the country. A 3D bioprinter created in a small town in southern Indiana will blast off to the International Space Station in the coming weeks, pioneering a process that could ultimately print human transplant organs in outer space.
From building the circuit boards to creating the software and manufacturing the components, a team of Hoosiers built the bioprinter from start to finish. Called the 3D Biofabrication Facility, the printer will be launched in a few weeks and make the International Space Station its permanent home. Redwire Corporate Advancement Vice President of In-Space Manufacturing and Operations, Richard Bowling, says, when 3D printing human tissue on Earth, the material collapses into a puddle.
So we go to space to do our 3D bioprints where we don't have to use scaffolding. Gravity doesn't make all the layers settle into the bottom into one thin little puddle. Things stay where you put them in microgravity.
Since the printer's previous trip to space, Hoosier designers have mastered the ability to control the temperature of its print heads. Bowling says this means the printer is now able to build some of the most relevant and structurally sound biomaterial. Kylie Valletta, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
This report brought to you by That's Good HR, the secret ingredient to strategic staffing. Visit that'sgoodhr.com for more information. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.